Today, a very serious crime has been committed, and the victim is demanding that the guilty party be found. Before we meet our suspects, let's see what our victim has to say. Mr. Snorlax's comment is as follows. I was taking my daily 10-hour nap when someone decided to wake me up. I could not see who it was, but I have some suspects. For those of you watching, do not worry. The victim is now safely resting. While combing the scene of the crime, our investigators found some fingerprints. Each suspect was tracked down, questioned separately, and provided their DNA. Their suspects and their statements are as follows. Suspect 1. It could not have been me. I was napping. Suspect 2. It was not me. I was playing fetch with my owner. Suspect 3. It wasn't me either. I was at the park. And finally, Suspect 4. It wasn't me. I was putting my kids to bed. However, before we analyze the fingerprints, Suspect 1 slipped us some cash to see if Suspect 3 is really his child. While this is completely illegal, could you blame us for taking the money, especially in this economy? First, we begin by looking at VNTR locus 1. Specifically, we will look at the gel under Suspect 1 and try to identify at least one matching allele. While Suspect 3 has a matching allele, so does Suspect 4. So now we must look at VNTR locus 2. Looking at locus 2, we see that Suspect 4 does not have any matching alleles with Suspect 1, but Suspect 3 continues to have at least one matching allele. This means the data is consistent with the fact that Suspect 3 is Suspect 1's biological child. Now let's have some real fun. We have run gels for all the DNA. In order for a suspect to be found guilty, they must match the DNA completely at both loci. We will first look at the evidence and then each individual. By examining the victim, we see that the DNA is completely different from the evidence. Thus, it is not the victim's DNA that was found. Next, we look at Suspect 1. We can see that their alleles match perfectly with the evidence, thus they continue to be a suspect. Next, with Suspect 2, we can see that neither allele match, therefore it cannot be Suspect 2. As we continue to Suspect 3, we see that the top allele matches, but the bottom does not, meaning Suspect 3 is not guilty. Finally, Suspect 4. We can see that both alleles match, therefore they remain a suspect. Let's move to locus 2. Since it was previously determined that the DNA did not belong to the victim or Suspects 1 and 3, we will not consider them. Instead, we will focus on Suspect 1 and 4. Looking at Suspect 1, we can see that their alleles do not match, therefore they are not guilty. Finally, let's look at Suspect 4. As you can see, the alleles match perfectly, thus indicating that Suspect 4 could be guilty. However, you would need more loci than just 2 to truly indicate that this party is guilty. But in a shocking turn of events, we have a confession. Suspect 4 confessed her crimes, stating, "Of course I had to wake him up. The snoring was too much. My children refused to sleep." So there we have it. Justice was served after all. Thank you for joining me on this thrilling case, and thank you to my 19-year-old sister for letting me use all her webkins.